Crisis at the border. Protests mount in Texas and nationwide as questions linger on the next steps for the fractured immigrant families at the southern border. Some 2,000 children remain separated. President Trump reversed course last week in the wake of heated criticism and signed an executive order to keep families at the border together while still maintaining his zero-tolerance policy. Now let's bring in Bloomberg News' Jennifer Epstein from the border with more on this. Jennifer, did the order help in any way in ending this crisis? What's happening?
So far, we really haven't gotten a sense of the significant number of families that have been reunited just since the order last Wednesday. So far, all this data that has come from the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Health and Human Services has to do with the beginning half of last week. So we really just have no idea. They've said that 500 children who were in the custody of Border Patrol, which means that they had been picked up pretty early on, were reunited with their parents. That says nothing about all these kids who are in these various shelters, like the one in Brownsville and the former Walmart store that's gotten a lot of attention. We have no idea if any of those children have been reunited, and so far the administration really has not been answering questions. They have a facility that they're planning to use in East Texas, right near South Padre Island. It's called Port Isabel, and they think that that's going to be kind of a central point for organizing the reunification of families, but they really have not explained how that's going to happen other than, encouraging parents to call into a hotline phone number to try to get information about their kids.
Jennifer, there were reports over the weekend, and I don't know if they're true or not, that in fact it may be difficult ever to reunite some of these children because some of the parents may actually have been deported already and are back in Central America. Do you know if that's true, and is there any estimate at the timeline about reuniting people?
Yeah, those are things that seem to be anecdotally true, at least. The Department of Homeland Security, ICE, all those agencies have really not been answering questions, so we're left with sort of these individual anecdotes coming largely from advocacy organizations with their individual clients. And so right now it's just sort of a matter of trying to figure out whether these things are true. And it sounds like in some cases there may have been people who signed deportation agreements with the understanding that they were going to be able to be reunited with their kids to do so. Others may have decided they just want to leave their kids there because I think one instance has been reported on an aunt brought a child into the country and the child's parents are already in the U.S. So that's the kind of situation where, it might seem statistically like the child is being abandoned, but they're actually potentially going to get back to their parents.